Hey guys, so headed to a meeting and thought I would pop on here and just chat with you guys really quickly because I've made my decision on whether I'm going to stay in the Army or if this will be my final contract. When I am about a year and a half, maybe even 2 years sometimes, from my contract end date, my ETS date, I start thinking about what I want to do. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I go back and forth millions of times, like literally millions of times, until something happens or I have a light bulb, or for whatever reason, I make my final decision and stick with it. So because I've made that decision, I wanted to come on and tell you guys about it. I share so much with my community here, and I want to go ahead and embrace it. Becomes real once I tell you guys about it. So I have decided to ETS. So what that means for people who do not know military lingo is that I will be getting out of the Army. I am maybe 12 months from terminal leave, which is when you start leave and pretty much just go on life. You never have to sign back into the Army. You're done. So I'm about 12 months from that. And the reason I wanted to share is because there's so many things that are changing in the military, that I know a lot of people who are on the fence or have made the decision, as I have, to move on. And there's so many things that we kind of have to do. You got to think, like, I have been doing this job for what will be 7 years when I get out. And for 7 years, I haven't had a traditional resume. For 7 years, I haven't had to apply to jobs. I haven't had to go on interviews. I haven't had to present myself in a civilian manner. I have definitely taken on the mannerisms of the military. So how you talk to people, how you walk, how you dress, how you carry yourself is totally different in the civilian sector. So I will be doing a lot of videos about what I am doing mentally, physically, financially, my wardrobe, my resume, just everything that I am doing in order to transition out of the military and find success, be successful. So I will tell you guys about interviews I have, about jobs that I'm applying to. Yeah, it's a lot. So you might think, oh my goodness, why? Like, why are you doing this? Why are you making this decision? So many people email you and are talking about joining the military, and here you are in the military wanting to get out. So my reason for getting out of the military is not the new PT test, which I know if I trained hard, I would be able to be successful in it. I wasn't a PT stud or super huge about working out before I joined the military, and I haven't had any issues because they train you to do what you need to do in that military, and I have been extremely successful. But I joined the military to get medical experience, to get into the medical field, and I have my paramedic certificate. I have so much training. I've been able to network. I really appreciate my time in my service, but I am ready for a different quality of life. I have a newborn. I have a son who will be graduating high school in about 2 years, and then I have kids in between, you know, a middle school son and a elementary school son. My kids are at an age where they need my focus. My family has sacrificed the last, you know, however long I've been in the military. They have sacrificed so much, guys. I work hard. I'm always volunteering. I work 24-hour shifts. You know, there's a huge sacrifice. And if I was someone who wanted to retire, then they would be willing to sacrifice, you know, the next 13 years with me. But because I don't, because I've never had that goal, even though I'm sitting in the seat and I could easily, you know, transition my mind, it's never been my plan. So right now I'm at a place where I'll be 7 years in. If I re-enlist again, I'll have to retire. Like, if you do 10 years, you might as well retire. That has been my, you know, mindset the entire time. And I look at my seniors, and not to say anything about the seniors, but the majority of the people in my next step are just not happy. They're not happy anymore. They're at a place where they have to retire. They have less time to serve than they have been. So it makes sense to just ride it out. And I, you know, am all about happiness. So if I know that I could possibly end up in that position, I'm gonna start looking for other avenues. Second thing is, so there was this new retirement plan that came out, and I guess I didn't read the fine print. So of course I joined at 27. I was a civilian for a very long time. So if a company is choosing to match you, then I went that route. Well, in me going that route, I wouldn't get my retirement from the Army until I'm 65 and a half, like a regular retirement. So why would yes, I would be able to do 13 years and get out, but then I would have to go right back into another job, because I wouldn't be one of the soldiers who are able to get their pay at 38 or 48 or whatever age they retire. I would have to wait until I'm 65 and a half. So I would rather just either get a government job or start over. You know, I'm still at a place where I can start over with my retirement and be okay. And then my husband has a business. It's always linked in my description bar. He does custom design. I can't even say t-shirts because it is well beyond t-shirts at this point. It is t-shirts, it is decals, it is anything, wraps on cars, literally anything that you need custom with prints, embroidery, or ink, vinyl, all of that stuff he can do, or he does. So with that, his business is really taken off, and it wouldn't be fair of me, even though he's down, to move him, you know, to this random place and pretty much ask him to start over. So for my family and my house, it makes more sense for me to move on from the military, and I'm excited. I'm terrified, guys, terrified. I do get the thoughts of like, maybe, just, okay, so maybe, you know, because where am I going to find a place that pays me what I make now? But when you think about the fact that I sometimes work 100 hours a week, and the fact that I do 24-hour shifts, the fact that I get calls on weekends, the fact that I am always working, then I'm really not paid a lot. So I hope you guys stay tuned. I don't know if I'm going to make a series, possibly, or just as I am evolving in this journey, taking you guys along with me. So the first thing will be making my resume. I haven't had a resume in a very long time, and just talking with you guys how I am incorporating every single thing that I have learned, I have done, I have mastered in the military into my resume for future employers. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, bye.